Welcome back to The Hive, everyone. I'm your host, Rachel Fisher, and today we are going to ask a lot of questions. From groovy mutations to painful transformations, today's list is all about the medical mysteries even some of our greatest minds can't solve. Get ready to be bewildered. I know, it's been a while. As we count down our list of top 10 unsolved medical mysteries. Number 10, made of stone. This one disturbs me so much and it's terrifying that it hasn't been solved yet. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, which hopefully you are, you've heard of grayscale, the disease that like poor Shireen Baratheon suffered in the series. Yeah, you know what I mean? Well, it may have been inspired by something that actually exists. Though there is a 1 in 2 million chance of getting it, it does happen. What is it exactly? Stoneman syndrome is a condition where the ligaments, tendons, muscles all slowly turn into bone. It starts with a stiffness in the neck and shoulders and then gradually moves down the body. Imagine having two different skeletons in your body. That's kind of what it is. What's even more heartbreaking about this mysterious disease is that you can't remove it. In fact, any attempt to remove the bone makes it grow faster and come back stronger. I hope they come up with a cure as soon as possible, as currently there isn't one as to why it's a medical mystery. But because it's so rare, it makes it even that much harder to cure it because they don't have that much on file. Anyways, let's keep going. Number 9, Sirenomelia. I pretended I was a mermaid countless times as a kid, and still do every time I do a dolphin kick in the water because I'm like, I'm a mermaid. But I kind of don't want to be, and I'm kind of glad I'm not because of this. Sirenomelia is the condition in which a child is born with their legs fused together in a way that makes them look like a mermaid. Sadly, it doesn't have a happy ending, as most children born with this defect don't live very long. The two most famous cases are that of Tiffany Yorks, who was the oldest living survivor, living to the age of 27, and Shiloh Pepin. Patients of this condition barely survive the womb or the first few years of life due to organ issues that follow the disease. The exact cause of Sirenomelia remains unknown to this day, as it appears to be a random occurrence and there's no way of predicting it. Number 8, Morgellons Disease. This next one is a more controversial disease. Morgellons Disease is an unexplained condition where a patient believes that there is something crawling beneath their skin. As a result, scabs and irritation erupt from persistent scratching, along with small fibers. It is controversial because the research done on the condition has yielded conflicting results. Some doctors think it is a result of a delusional infestation, while others believe it is an infectious process in the skin cells. The Center for Disease Control yielded a study that concluded it isn't caused by an infection. However, multiple studies have reported a possible link between Morgellons and another bacterial infection. To this day though, there is still no proven treatment or confirmed understanding of the disease, so for now it remains a medical mystery. Number 7, Landon Jones. It is rare for anyone to be able to resist the French fry. Everyone has that friend that says, no, I don't want McDonald's, like I don't want any. And then you order some and they always are just like, your French fries, and you're like, get out of here, those are mine. Anyways, that would be me. Well, Landon Jones may be the only person who would be able to resist. On October 14th, 2013, the preteen Landon Jones woke up with a bacterial infection in his left lung, which was treated successfully, or so they thought. Landon lost his appetite entirely. This boy is literally never hungry. His parents have to bargain with him to eat, but unfortunately he keeps losing weight. After visiting specialist after specialist, the only thing doctors have been able to determine is that Landon may be the only one of his kind, which doesn't make it very helpful. There are no other cases like this in the world. Landon did start having absent seizures 3 years prior, which could provide some hint as to what is going on. The leading explanation is that it is a rare condition that affects the hypothalamus, the tiny area of the brain that controls hunger, thirst, blood pressure, and sleep. I wasn't able to find any recent articles referring to his progress now, but I hope, Landon, that wherever you are, that you are doing much better. Number 6, a water allergy. A human being can only survive without water for around 3 days, so this medical condition is definitely surprising. How can we be allergic to something we need to survive? The condition, while still a mystery, has a name: aquagenic urticaria, and affects less than 100 people across the world. Whenever someone with this condition comes in contact with water, they break out in hives and rashes that last around an hour, and researchers have no idea what the underlying cause is. The leading theory is that it is caused by allergens in the water, so patients are encouraged to drink purified water or bathe in purified water as well. But beyond that, they have no clue. Due to the rarity of the condition, there is very little data to study, but I think we can all be grateful it isn't common either. Number 5. Mandy Sellors. When Mandy was born, she appeared to be a healthy child until she started growing. Despite having a very lean frame, Mandy's legs alone weigh 200 pounds, 5 times the normal size. She was a medical mystery doctors had no idea how to solve. The only way they could foresee stopping the growth of her legs was amputation. This procedure eventually happened in 2010 when she developed an infection. Even stranger though, this didn't stop the condition at all as the leg started growing back. Imagine how frustrating that would be. Fortunately though, according to Mandy's website, she was able to go on an experimental new drug that helped to shrink her legs. Then finally, after years of suffering, she was able to be officially diagnosed. Mandy's condition is the result of a mutation of the PIK3CA gene, the only one of its kind, something she's pretty proud of. Still, doctors have yet to come up with a more effective treatment. As of 2019, she is still waiting for a new drug trial, and her legs appear to be kind of plateauing, so who knows where she's at now, but Mandy, I hope you're doing better. Number 4. Spontaneous accent. What do you mean? Nobody does that on this channel. Anyways, shut up, Rachel. God. Imagine waking up one morning and finally having the accent you've always wanted. I'm sure there is someone out there who wishes for that. But Rosemary Dorr wasn't one of them. Southern Ontario-based Rosemary Dorr immediately rushed to the hospital in 2006 after sensing signs of a stroke. She ended up spending most of that summer in post-stroke care, but what was very strange was her recovery. Rosemary took on an entirely new accent. Her Southern Ontario dialect became that of Newfoundland, and if you live in Canada, you know how different those accents are. She couldn't shake it. Rosemary was suffering from a real condition called foreign accent syndrome. It's a thing! Only 60 other cases have ever been confirmed worldwide. The first known was a Norwegian woman during World War II who started speaking with a German accent after a head injury. Very, very poor timing. The exact cause is still unknown, but you know, hopefully Rosemary's learned to live with that. It's a pretty fun accent. Number 3. The girl who cries stone. From a magic spell to a witch's curse, this little girl from Yemen shocked doctors and mystics with her strange ability. Sadia started literally crying stones since she was 8 years old, and no one can sort out why. Her father was desperate to find a treatment, and despite many x-rays in local clinics, nothing out of the ordinary was spotted. Most of the stones came out in the afternoon, weirdly enough, and she can produce as many as 100 in a single day. Thankfully, they do not hurt her, and for the most part, her life is normal. Since her case, one other woman in Bajal experienced similar symptoms, except this time they were accompanied by bouts of unconsciousness and a swollen abdomen. She has since been treated and recovered fully, but as to what is wrong with Sadia, no one is quite sure. Number 2. Brooke Greenberg. Sadly, Brooke passed away at the young age of 20 before she ever found the explanation for her condition. However, there is a chance that she might never have been aware of it. Brooke's body refused to age, and at the time of her death, she had never learned to speak and had the mental capacity of a toddler and remained the size of a baby. As an actual baby, her survival was considered a miracle in itself, as she endured a stroke and several stomach ulcers. She also mysteriously had a brain tumor that put her into a deep sleep for 2 weeks. Then it disappeared and she woke up. Kinda weird, right? By age 16, she hadn't lost her baby teeth, though her bones had appeared to have aged, just not grown. Her case was enough to bring retired medical expert Richard F. Walker back to the field. In fact, he has made it his life's work to uncover what caused her condition. Her case has since been labeled Syndrome X, and he continues to study similar patients. He believes that if they solve it, they will not only help these people, but perhaps discover the key to the fountain of youth. And last but not least, a superhuman memory. If I were to have a superpower, I would either want teleportation or superhuman intelligence. I think about that every single day. So the mysterious condition that Jill Price has me like green with envy. God, oh, what I would do, the books I would read. Jill can name every single detail of every day she's ever lived. Give her a date and she could tell you everything she did with ease, from like how many stirs she stirred her coffee with to like what she read that morning, every single thing. Her condition is called HSAM, highly autobiographical memory, and why people like her seem to have this superhuman ability is a complete mystery. Brain images have depicted differences in the structure of their brains to muggles like us, but it can't be confirmed as to whether it is these brain differences that cause the condition. Oh man, but if they could patent that into like a super juice or a kind of coffee, I'd be so happy. I'd be just very, very excited about that, because good God, dreams to life, you know what I mean? And that was our list, folks. I hope you enjoyed it today, and if you did, let us know. Like, comment, subscribe, do the thing, you know what to do. You know, because Bumblebee's new and we're trying to get some love, so give us some love and we'll give you even more. I've been your host, Rachel Fisher, and until next time, guys, be kind.